Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to get into a server that I have built. It's an UnRaid server. You don't know what UnRaid is? It's pretty much like a NAS on steroids. It's kind of like your own cloud server, I'll call it, but it's on-prem, which is crazy. So really its primary purpose probably is for storage, so you can archive your photos, me as a YouTuber, my videos, all these different things. But you can also run Dockers, containers, so to speak, and run applications on it at the same time. So there's going to be a few videos on this. So first, let's get into hardware and get into how we do this. Let's get into it. It's going to be a quick video to introduce the hardware side of this project, the UnRaid server. This is some hardware I had to buy for it. Some Molex to like SATA power cables. I got those. I'm using this old case. I want to show you some things about it. I've combined some ingenuity and some 3D printing into this old case. This, I just drilled holes in the front to allow some extra airflow. I need as much airflow in this thing as I can because it's gonna have probably a lot of drives into it eventually. I've got my DVD burner there where I can supposedly rip DVDs straight into my UnRaid server. That's going to be on the list to try. This piece right here, it's just something I got off of printables. You can see there's a drive behind it. That's my parity drive. I want to make sure I can pull air in there. Up here is where my cache SSDs will go. I'll pull it out in a second so you can see it. But that is a 3D printed tray for a 5 1/4 slot to hold, gosh, I don't know, 6 or 7. We'll look at it, we'll see. But a bunch of SSDs. These are 5 1/4 by 3.5 to 2.5 drive adapters. I'll link these below. I got these off of printables too. Somebody designed this. This is really cool. I like this. I went with the black and army green theme here. This is going to be my cache drive to begin with, just 128 gigs. This I wanted to show you how, if you ever want to print one of these, you have to print it sitting like this on the print bed. So these will be strong enough, just so you know. But you have support material, and sometimes take it off, it gets stuck. I had to end up doing normal supports. This was my tree support piece, and yeah, that didn't turn out. So let's get inside this thing and take a look. Like I said, I'm loaded with fans to pull air in and bring it out. That's the side piece here. Whoa, sorry. That's the side piece here. Motherboard is on its way. I think I got an i7 6th gen, pretty powerful motherboard. Should be able to run quite a bit of apps in it. Now I've started to label this on how we're going to have this laid out. And as I discussed earlier in the intro, how this works. This will be the cache drives. Let's go ahead and pull this out and I'll show you. I can mount all kinds of SSDs in here. What is it? Eight altogether. Slide those in there. They have holes built for cooling. It's just kind of a tray to hold them in there. So that's where my cache drives will go. I think you can see, like right here, these holes will line up to, we can put screws in, basically, I don't want to mess with it now, to hold those in place. So that's kind of cool, but that'll be the cache slot. Here's my parity slot. I've got a 14 terabyte parity drive, and as I said in the beginning, right, it basically does bits copies, so it can rebuild your data drives down here. Now down here to start, I'm going to have a couple of 12 terabyte data drives, and then another, I think it's a 6 or an 8 one, once I free up, will go in here too. So I'll have about 30 to 32 terabytes of data to begin with. Easily now with this setup, I could slap another 12 terabyte in there and, you know, get well above 40. And then even another one. I've got enough space for, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drives. So I got a lot of space. There I just have like, what is it, a 430 watt, 500 watt power supply, whatever that is. Not really going to put a GPU or anything in here yet, so I should be good there. Really just drive power is all I need, CPU power, and that's about it. But yeah, I'm going to do a lot of videos going forward on this. I may tack on the install of the motherboard in here if it gets here soon enough, just so you can see what that looks like. And then doing videos on the app side of this, right? There's a lot of community apps with UnRaid, and what we can do with that. I can run Plex, which I used to run in the past here. I can get that back going and get all my media to my smart TVs, Roku devices, or whatever you have. and any other community apps I find interesting, right? I'm going to talk about backup strategy to these. I've got a backup strategy in mind. Like, even though I have parity and I can rebuild my data if I have a drive failure, you still need to back up, right? So I'm going to get into that. It's going to be a multi-series video. It'd be kind of fun just to figure out the nerdery of this and make it happen. I've been needing this a long time. I used to have a FreeNAS server long ago, and it was great. But FreeNAS, eventually became TrueNAS, and I don't know. So I'm going with UnRaid this time, I think. Anyway, more to come on this series, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Concerning the UnRaid machine, guys, the motherboard just showed up. So I'm going to add this into the video real quick. It's going to sit in here. It's full-size ATX, so it's going to take up the entire space, top to bottom here. I need to find a couple standoffs, put them down there at the bottom. And that is an i7, I want to say it's a 6th gen. I believe it has 32 gigs of RAM. It is ready to go. Could be 16. I don't remember. I'll have to check. But I think that's going to be enough to get me started with UnRaid and run a few apps while we're at it. Maybe Plex. Maybe I'll do a video security app too. I don't know. We'll see. Videos to come on all the apps that we're going to do, and the install. But this is the hardware portion. I'm going to get this in and mounted into the case. And then we're going to move on to software portion in the next video. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.